All right, hail and welcome. This is Desmancer with Retro Knights coming back after a bit of a break, and we're going to be playing Phantasy Star IV Repaired. I'm kicking this off after my completion of Phantasy Star III Generations of Doom from last week. And so I've been playing through the entire Phantasy Star series this past summer from 1 to 4, and am now very excited to be getting started on 4, which was the first Phantasy Star game I played and never finished either. And I've gone ahead and attached the Phantasy Star 4 Reparations mod from RHDN to this, and this brings a lot of consistency to the game. It largely keeps the original text in place, but makes a few fixes, creates some lore consistency between the past games, fixes some bugs, and in general just provides a more comprehensive experience. And don't mind if you heard something back there, that was just my cat jumping into a box. Anyways, I'm really excited to get this started off. I think there's a lot of really good things that Phantasy Star 4 does as a game, and I believe it's still an extremely playable RPG today, and I hope to prove that with my playthrough. So let's go ahead and get started. The long, long struggle of ancient times finally ended. The victor sacrificed the vanquished to the heavens. 4 bells tolled. 4 torches were lit. And the world continued for thousands of years. Definitely getting some good nostalgia from this opening crawl. I rented this game a bunch. Let's see. Oh, we got a little secondary intro here. The Algo solar system, somewhere in space. Once a brilliant civilization flourished here. The citizens devoted themselves to art and the sciences, and life was prosperous and good. Then a series of disasters struck. The system-wide management system Mother Brain was destroyed. That's of course the ending of Phantasy Star II. So was the first planet, Parma, with over 90% of the system's population died, and the advanced technological culture was lost. Society declined, spiraling downward until at last only a few scattered groups even remembered there once were better times. 1,000 years passed. At last, civilization is once more on the rise across the Algo system. People are again turning to thoughts of an easier life. Old knowledge is being rediscovered. But just as things look brighter, beyond a threshold long thought closed, a dark and very ancient evil stirs. So, I actually think I am using an unpatched copy of the game, so I need to correct this really quickly. Give me a moment. I'm gonna pause this again. fix this real quick. I do not like this overlay. It looks really bad. Okay. Ah, 1 second here. Okay. Now we should be in business. Let me just double check the script here real quick again. Yeah, I'll go. Okay, great. Now we can pick up here. Oh, not the start I would have liked for this great game, but that's okay. I'm not doing this for money. Chaz, we have work to do. Hurry up and get ready. This is your first job since you joined the Hunters Guild. You'd better put your heart into it. So, I'm not a trainee anymore. From this day on, you're my full-fledged partner. Now come on, let's go. Where are we off to this time? It's kind of far. We're going to Matavia Academy in the town of Piata. Wow, so we're going to the town of learning. I wonder what happened there. Who knows? All the message said was, come immediately. We'll get the details once we're there. Since we'll be there anyway, I'd sure like to tour the academy. Is that all you can think about? Get moving or I'll leave you behind. "2084 AW. Monster attacks have swelled the ranks of those who call themselves Hunters." Uncomfortably long pause. But as attacks become ever more relentless, some begin to wonder what is behind the outbreak. When and how will it all end? So if you've played Phantasy Star 1, 2, 3, particularly 2, you can see that the world did not become all peachy and keen after the end of 2, and I'll get to that in a second. Oops, that's what I get for wandering around. Where did Alice go? So yeah, clearly where Motavia was a kind of artificial paradise in a utopia, more like a dystopia. In Phantasy Star II, we see it has regressed now to a desert state like it was in the beginning of Phantasy Star 1. The intro crawls also can explain that after the adventure of Rolf and his companions ends, things get really, really bad. A lot of people die because the system was way too over-reliant on Mother Brain, and when they destroyed her, they freed humanity and avoided a foul plot, but the cost was really, really heavy, which is fairly dark stuff for a game of this type in 1994. Before I kind of go on, I just kind of want to, point out a couple of things here that are interesting. Actually, no, I'm going to wait till I pick Alice back up. She was right over there, but let's talk to these NPCs. I do love talking to NPCs. You're a hunter? Are you here to exterminate the monsters? About a month ago, monsters began to appear in the basement. I'm so frightened I can't even think about my research. Nerd. You're the hunter that the Dean commissioned. Huh? A kid like you? You sure you'll be able to handle it? Chaz, where have you been? Come on, let's go. But we need to see the Dean and get details about this commission. So already I can see one small but kind of neat change they've made here, which is in the original game, the script refers to the Dean as the principal, which in a university setting, obviously the term Dean makes a lot of sense, but if you consider that this was released in 1994 and the audience was school-age children, like I was 9 back when this game came out, and I was the target audience, principal was going to be a much more familiar term for the kinds of people that they marketed games towards back then rather than Dean. So it's just Neat little factoid there. But as I was saying, this game clearly is a more direct sequel to 2, where 3 kind of spun off in its own kind of direction and side story. And as we can see, things are in a much more dire state. And sorry, I'm going to be doing this a lot. This is what you get whenever you do a false confirm, to talk with somebody when nobody's there. But as we can see, the HUD is still very nice. Like, out of all the games, I would say this is a really just kind of nice HUD that brings up all the information you need. There is a... I'm not going to go through all of this right now, but I really want to point out the status windows here, which are really cool. So you can pick your party members. Look what you get here. You see, this is just really neat. You get all the information about them up here in some nice windows, and you even get a cool little profile window for them and some nice custom art that just kind of looks really cool. You know, if you've gone through the other Phantasy Star games, you kind of know what this kind of looked like, and when you get to this, it's just... the kind of production is really just at another level, and it's something that I really feel is just kind of worth pointing out. You see their texts and available. Actually, did Alice have texts? I don't think I know. Yeah, she does. Okay, I had not noticed that. That's cool. Okay. Okay, so let's just go ahead and talk to the dean. Get that out of the way. And so I would say before I go into this, you know, Phantasy Star IV is a game I have often said that, you know, stands toe-to-toe with the games like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo as a contender for just one of the greatest JRPGs of this era, if not any era. And I want to qualify that a bit because, you know, if you look at just the sprites here and you compare them to, say, Final Fantasy VI's or Chrono Trigger's, yeah, the character sprites in the game do look a little better. These do seem a slightly little more... simple. They are skinnier. They are very familiar to kind of Phantasy Star II's character sprites, but they are a little more detailed. However, although the game can't quite compete with games like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI on that front, it does a very interesting thing to kind of get around that no other game of this type has done as far as I'm aware, and we're going to see that when we talk to the dean here, and I just used the wrong command. Welcome. So see how it kind of goes into this cutscene and it creates these comic panel style effects. This is how the game handles cutscenes, and it's really, really cool, and it kind of does a very good job of demonstrating what's happening in a scene where other games will just kind of rely entirely on the overworld menu. But there's so much custom, really cool art that you get to see this way, and it's always something that I loved about this game. I am the Dean of Motavia Academy. Let's see. You must be the hunter Alice, and her assistant, Chaz. Pardon me, but Chaz is my full-fledged partner. Now, let's get down to business. Describe the situation. About a month ago, mysterious monsters started to appear within this academy. It appears that they have made the basement their nest. I've since closed it off. No one's been hurt so far. But who knows when they'll rear their ugly heads again. Please, I beg you to destroy all those creatures. And, I'd like to settle this matter discreetly. I'm counting on your reputation, Alice. No problem. You can rely on us. It is strange the infestation's coming from the academy, though. Usually monsters don't come into inhabited areas. Do you have any idea how this happened? How would I know? Stop asking questions. Just hurry and exterminate those monsters. Don't forget, I'm paying you dearly for your services. Good luck. I'm counting on you. Something smells fishy here. That Dean is hiding something. Maybe he's afraid of the monsters? I think there's more to it than that. Things are starting to get interesting. So one other... gonna do that a lot again, I apologize. One other thing that's very neat about this game is that, check out this thing you have here called Talk. Wait, there are monsters in the Academy's basement? All this. So this is a really neat effect, and it's equivalent to what, if you're familiar with the later Dragon Quest games, it's basically the same thing as Party Chat. But again, this game had it from the beginning at 1994, and at any time, you can select the talk function, and the party will talk about what's going on at the moment, and it will, if you haven't played the game in a while, it will remind you of what you're supposed to do, which is kind of a really advanced idea for a game made in 1994, especially an RPG, and it's something that I honestly just wish had caught on more for games of that genre, because maybe back then it wasn't such a big deal, but now I pick up old games and put them down and come back to them months later all the time and forget exactly what the hell I was supposed to be doing. So it's just a really, again, it's what this game just really has, in addition to just being all out great, is it has so many really nice quality of life features that really make it an enjoyable experience to play in the modern day. Here at Matavia Academy, we look for the truth of the universe. This is the largest research facility on the entire planet. What do you think? Isn't it grand? This place is pretty interesting, right, Alice? You think so? Doesn't interest me one bit. Alice isn't much for books. Once there were 3 planets in the Algol solar system, but during the Great Collapse, the planet Palma was lost. Now only Deserus and this planet remain. Apparently, 1,000 years ago, there were ships that could travel through space. The most we can do today is view Deserus through a telescope. Just once, I would love to go to Deserus. Sounds like a dream, traveling to another planet. So, like, the post-apocalyptic vibes of Phantasy Star IV are so powerful that they don't even have space travel anymore. Like, in 1, you could mostly freely travel between all 3 planets, and in 2, the technology was there, just restricted. Even 3 had a spaceship on hand, but here you just have nothing. It's lost technology. If you're looking for the Dean's office, it's way in the back. He's been acting strange lately, though. Almost as if he's scared of something. Oh, we already talked to him. Okay, as usual, I forget to give myself a bottle of water when I'm doing these streams, so I'm going to go grab one real quick. Oh yeah, and you can save anywhere. Another really convenient feature. Huh? Do I know you? Ah! What are you doing with those weapons? Get away from me! Humph! How rude. This jar sure looks funny. Just looks like a regular jar to me. I study history. It seems like Matavia's always had its problems. Presently, we have an abnormal climate, soil depletion, and a decreasing birth rate. It doesn't make for a promising future. Oof, huge 2020 vibes. This guy's too depressing. Let's get out of here. A very dusty 20-volume set of Algolian history. The God of Learning, Dr. Luveno. Someone from 2,000 years ago. So, I think this is the first of the kind of past connection Easter eggs the game will give you. Dr. Luveno having been the character who helps you build your own spaceship so you can travel more freely between the various planets in Phantasy Star I. And he's based on Matavia. These monsters are terrifying. There's nothing I'd like more than to leave town, but the Dean won't allow it. For the past 6 months, there have been violent changes in the planet's crust, as well as an abnormal outbreak of monsters. At this rate, the planet will be doomed. Hey, just moaning about it isn't going to do any good. 1,000 years ago, our society was thrown into chaos by the destruction of Mother Brain. Further, Motavia sustained a direct hit from a fragment of the exploding Palma. Our civilization was almost destroyed. We call this the Great Collapse. Oh, I didn't realize you weren't students. Sorry, Alice. A book titled Modernology. What even is that? Good question. A book titled The Polyglot. A book titled Geology Today. What? You're the hunters? Really? You don't think we can do the job? No, not at all. I didn't mean that. Let us pass. We have the Dean's permission. Wait, take me with you. And why should we? My name is Han. I work at this academy as an assistant for Professor Holt, who has gone to research Birth Valley. We haven't heard from him since, so now I'm searching for the professor's whereabouts. Birth Valley. That place has been called the Sacred Valley of Life, right? But what's the connection between the valley and this current monster scare? After the professor and his team were reported missing, the Dean barred everyone from entering Birth Valley. We're trying to get information as to what's going on, but he keeps evading the issue. And then the monster scare began. I'll bet anything there's some sort of connection between these incidents. It's true, there is something fishy about the Dean's behavior. Given the circumstances, I felt compelled to investigate the basement myself. But I was just thinking that it's kind of dangerous. So you were pacing around and waiting for us to arrive? Well, yes. You catch on quick. 100 Meseta. What? We'll take you with us for 100 Meseta. I hope you weren't thinking of asking to tag along for free. I can't borrow that kind of money from the Dean. That's not my problem. Now, what are you gonna do? Okay, I'll pay. And just like that, we get Han. You usually get some... It's useful to go to talk, because you'll get some extra dialogue at any time. Both Han and the Dean asked us to investigate the basement. Are you sure you're not just some sort of scam artist? Hey, you've already paid, so don't cry over spilled milk. Now I'm starting to worry about these people. Little monster there. So already we've kind of got some really good kind of scene setting. I remember finding this zone really creepy when I was a kid, and even creepier because like the monsters here, they look like real, like more xenomorph type of creepy alien monster. They don't just look like, you know, a typical fantasy monster. It kind of really reminds me of the designs of Phantasy Star II, and those monsters were also pretty creepy looking, I think. Of course, it also made me not want to play the game. So let's take a look at a useful command here. I can just create and set up my own macros, real easy, rather than telling everybody to attack. They all just attack at once. Again, something in which the game I think is kind of ahead of its time. Here we go. And so if I go to macro here, we can see, yes, there's already an inbound all attack macro. And so if I want to create another one, I can just set up attack on Alice. All Chaz can do is attack right now, and then for Han, actually, Chaz does have a healing spell too, but I don't want to do that. But then here, I'll use my healing spell here for Han, so I'll use that if somebody gets damaged. And I think the way this works, if I remember right, is that if you set up a healing spell like this, it'll always prioritize whoever has the lowest health. Now let's see if we can do a, yeah, let's do a Vortex. So we'll do that, Han. Okay. And we got a monomate. This is also the first game where the dungeons are really kind of just intuitive and natural, and where every other game I used a map to play through. I'm planning to do this game with no guides, no maps whatsoever, because I think it's just that intuitive. I remember when I first played this game as a kid, I would try to time my button presses with when the characters attack, because you see when Chaz goes, he attacks twice, and I would think that by tapping the button, that was what was making him attack twice. I didn't realize that the reason he attacks twice is because he has two weapons equipped. That concept just didn't quite make it to me at age 9. So let's see. Let's have Alice do something else. Hey, boy. Look at all this dust. I can't even read the titles on these books. What is this? So another Easter egg here again. If you've played Phantasy Star II, you'll probably recognize these. If you played it recently, you'll probably recognize these vats as looking very familiar to the kinds of things you encounter in the the bio laboratory, the place that's manufacturing all the bio monsters. Definitely think it's not a coincidence. Okay, here we go. Should probably have Han heal himself. So now let's try this attack with Vortex. Okay, let's go with attack again. I thought Vortex might do some group damage, but it did not. So I think the most reliable thing to do here is just keep on attacking, since Alice will always be killing somebody off with her group attacks. Well, I guess the other thing we'd do is itemize it and have Chaz and Han go after one of these. Oops, I forgot. So let's have this go down. Oh, there we go. We did it! Chaz, you need more practice. Your swing is too slow. What? But the monster was destroyed. With my help. Sorry. Now, Han, come over here. What? What are these glass containers for? Hey, are you by any chance breeding monsters here? If so, this monster business is no mystery at all. I don't know anything about these. This is the first time I've ever been in this room. I learned about these containers at the same time you did, just now. Really, it's the truth. I believe you, for now. The Dean must know about all this. He must also know the connection between this and the disappearance of Professor Holt. Yes, let's see the Dean again. Come on, Chaz. Hey, Don't leave me here. What in the world were those capsules in the basement? I'm gonna make the dean tell us. Hey, you! You're coming with us. Who, me? I mean, he wanted to come with you. The dialogue sometimes changes after these events, so I'm gonna talk again to these folks. Not this guy. Oh, I see. Han does have some new dialogue with you when you're with him. I won't rehearse this one. Han, what are you doing in the company of these barbarians? What a jerk! Maybe I'll have a little fun with him. Ah, please, put that away! Who knows what she was threatening him with? Thank you very much. I feel much safer now. I can't believe some lady and a kid defeated the monsters. Oops, never mind that. Never mind any of it. Ha ha ha! Oh, you completed the job. Thank you so much. Well, what's wrong? You seem upset. Were you able to defeat those monsters? Yeah, but there's something I want to ask you. What? Is it just me, or were a bunch of glass containers downstairs? Stop beating around the bush. Somebody withholding information is my 6th most hated thing. Alright already. I'll tell you what I know. You are aware of the recent outbreak of a new monster breed? I am. Thanks to the outbreak, I'm not hurting for work. 3 months ago, Holt identified Birth Valley as the origin of the outbreak, and he went to investigate. He says he discovered the remains of an ancient and advanced civilization. The investigation team brought back the monster breeding capsules and immediately set forth on their second mission. But not one of them came back. Yes, that's right, Han. And despite all this, you didn't send out a rescue team and banned entry to Birth Valley. No! I was trying to send out a rescue team, but something happened. Before I could, a man by the name of Zio came to see me. Zio! I've heard of him, that fake magician. Ah, darling Dean of Motavia Academy, how do you fare? Who are you? So, it's not necessarily obvious, but clearly this is supposed to be a flashback that they're trying to portray here. I am Zio, the Black Magician. Do not intrude on Birth Valley. What do you mean? If you ever let anyone else set foot in Birth Valley. Behold! Ah! Now, I'm not sure what exactly happened here. Did he just materialize a dude who'd been turned into stone out of thin air and leave him there, or what? But, you know, whatever. The threat is clear. Let me make something clear. There is nothing in that valley for the likes of man. It must be related to the research team. So that's why the Birth Valley situation wasn't announced, and why you tried to keep a lid on the monster problem, too. But what is this all about? Remains of an ancient advanced civilization? And Zio? Seems like these are signs of something to come. I need to help the professor. I'm going to Birth Valley. Psst, Han. This is egg-laying season for sandworms, so be careful. Alice? We'll tag along for 300 Meseta, plus expenses. Deal. Birth Valley is to the northeast. Let's hurry. Are you going, Han? Apparently, yes. I wonder, could there have been a connection between that parcel and the monsters? I don't know what that's about. What's with you guys? You're being way too chummy. These are the student dorms of Matavia Academy. Me? I'm the caretaker. This barely missed him. Ah. Come on. This guy really doesn't want to talk. Okay. My report is due tomorrow, but I haven't written a word of it. Not one of these is a school book. Don't open cabinets without permission. Wow, Chaz breaking stereotypes of just wantonly breaking into people's homes and taking stuff. Honestly, I'd rather goof off than go to class. Not one of these is a school book either. The girl next door joined some strange religion. She's been missing for a while. Where did she go? Guess they don't mean her. Hey, I'm undressing. Get out, get out. Well, I mean, it's Alice, right? So it's okay. Let's see what the talk's saying. Birth Valley is located in the northeast of Piata. Let's hurry and go to the professor's rescue. Zio. That name gives me bad vibes. Guess some students jumped into this fountain the other day. I can't believe I missed all the fun. You should take a dip. It'll do you good. My parents live in Mile, a village northeast of here, but I haven't been getting my allowance lately. I wonder if they've forgotten about me. Oh well, I better find a job. Maybe I'll become a hunter. Now that sounds exciting. Okay, so I'm gonna make a early decision here, which is, in the previous games, NP dialogue was so sparing that I didn't mind reciting all of it, but I already know there is so much more NPC dialogue in this game that I think I'm just gonna limit myself to talking when the main characters say stuff. Otherwise, it's just gonna kill my voice to be doing this all the time. Oh, you've got a return of the neat little profile pictures for people who run shops. Well, actually, I guess Phantasy Star IV had 3 had them too, but these are clearly more in 2's style, which is neat. We already got 1,000 Meseta, so there may be some gear we want to get. Oh, looks like they have the same person or same art for items and in at least. And all we got is a monomate, but you can never have too many monomates. Okay, so we still haven't quite advanced to the point where you can buy multiple stock of an item at once, so that's too bad, but still, it's simple at least. No way to see how much of an item I already have either. So, you know, not everything is modern, but the things that are very nice. That's fine. I think it's all in a common item bag now. I don't have to assign items to a specific person anymore. So that's nice to see. I mean, it was me. I'm the hunter. Seems like it is kind of a very typical campus town. Students don't want to do work and just kind of cause trouble. Chaz still walking the straight and narrow. Did I talk to this guy already? Let's see. Yeah, I have not. So we know that we need to go northeast, and not only is Birth Valley northeast, but so is this village of Mile, so I'm guessing that's going to be our next stop. I did not get terribly far in this game when I originally played it. I think when I was a kid, I would try to rent this all the time from Blockbuster, but sometimes it wasn't there, and I could get a little bit past Piata, and I feel like I tended to get to the next area and just kind of stopped there. And then later, I played it on emulator, I think, in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and got to a certain point, but I don't remember where, and again, I just didn't finish that playthrough for whatever reason. But this time, I will definitely get to the end. So they're definitely driving home not just that things are bad, but that environmentally they continue to get worse here on Motavia, and as you talk to these characters, they keep asking the question of, are they going to be able to survive as the climate continues to worsen, which is a kind of disturbingly prescient theme to have in a game playing today. But one thing you have to remember too is that Palmans are not native to Motavia. It's not supposed to be their planet, but you know, theirs got destroyed, so they don't really have any choice but to live here. Okay, so we gotta go northeast. Oh, you know what? I probably should have stayed at that inn, actually, come to think of it, to heal up a little bit. So let's do that. Then let's go ahead and, oh, not that. Let's make a quick save. Alright. Okay, so, northeast, they said. Oh, we've got the little bug monster, the fly from Phantasy Star I. I don't know how he got from Palma to Motavia, but here he is. Okay, Han just got what? That's a offensive water technique. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mile does not look like it's in good shape. Hey, look at that! It's a little sandworm. It looks kind of like the ones that you encountered in Phantasy Star I on Motavia. It says the Big Sandworm Ranch. Looks a little bit sad, really. Oof, that was a bad idea. Okay, so it looks like Mile is just a pit stop, not the final destination. Okay, so we're already seeing the effects of Zeo on the populace. There was that reference back in Piata too of a girl in the dorms who had also fallen under the sway of some weird religion. So he's running a cult and he's recruiting people. Who on earth would try to sweep away sand outside? Oh, okay, guy. Thanks a lot. Oh, so again, little reference. I wonder if eventually you will open cabinets without permission. I will keep trying now and then, in the hope that Chaz stops being such a goody two-shoes. Okay, so we do have some variation in merchant profiles here. Let's see, what else can we get? So I think, yeah, Chaz already has the hunt knife. Could get him a sword. Might be probably a good idea. So let's see. Hopefully I'll eventually stop pressing C. So Alice just has a boomerang, Chaz has those two hunt knives, Han has a dagger. So probably so we'll give Chaz the sword. Alice the slasher. And then probably I can give one of the hunt knives to Han. Maybe even both of them. Let's see. There we go. So I could give Han two hunt knives, lower his defense a bit. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say, let's give that a shot. Because in general, I feel that best defense is a good offense in most RPGs. Okay. So let's see. Hide helm, hide crown, hide band. So what do they all have? I missed that. Oops, wrong. So Alice already has a crown, Chaz already has a helm, and Han already has a band, so nothing here that we need to do. Okay, I think we're all wrapped up here. Wait, let's check. Maybe they have some different items, like antidotes. Oh, they do have some antidotes. Okay, so you gotta keep going northeast till we get to Zima. Alright. Double whiff from Han. You did it, Han. They've been turned to stone. Okay, same thing. What about our helpful merchants? Have even they... Oh, I actually can't go in. It's locked from the inside. Well, come on, come on. I feel like there's got to be some dialogue for these statues. No, I just glide right off of them if I try to walk into them. Guess not. Actually, before I do this, let me just double check, see if there's anybody around here. How about this building? Nope. Locked, locked, locked. Okay. Yeah, then, let's go inside here. I want to explore the rest of the floor before I go down there. Because you never know where treasure might be hiding. Critical. Ladder plant, huh? Oof, that was a bit nasty. Oh wow, Han took some heavy damage from that too. Alright. There we go. I'll probably want to give the shield to Alice. Or actually, I forgot she can use the boomerang too, so that's really what I should do. Yeah. Carbon shield, maybe we'll get sold. Or give it to Han if he proves to be taking too much damage. Ah, oh, beautiful. I actually like how with the two slicers, instead of just doing it twice, Alice does them both at the same time. It's kind of stylish. It just makes her seem cool. And do not doubt, Alice is extremely cool. Definitely one of the coolest ladies of early 90s gaming, I would say. I'm really glad surprise attack is for us and not for them. Oh, Professor Holt! What on earth? An ancient curse? I can't believe it. Someone cast a spell like that in this day and age? Is there any way to restore them? I've heard a medicine called alsulin is able to turn stone back to flesh. Where can we find it? I heard about it some time ago in a Motavian village, but I do mean some time ago. Which Motavian village? Mulcom, far south of here. Alright then, let's get going. Let's see. If you're going to Mulcom, I'll make you a deal. Just 500 Meseta. Alice is always chasing the Benjamins. You devil. Oh no, Professor Holt has been turned to stone. He'll be alright, Han. We just need to get some alsulin from Mulcom. Mulcom, isn't that a Motavian village south of Zima? Oh, get a hold of yourself. Really, you're pathetic. Let's see. I feel like I might have missed something there. I'm going to go back in there. Plus, I want to see something, because I know you can combine... One of the neat things in this game is you can combine techs to create different skills, and I know that we've got... Let's see if Foy and Watt combine to do anything. They gotta go one after the other, so I might need to make Chaz defend. I might try this. Let's try this again. So, we're gonna have Chaz defend. What does that do? What? Oof. Doesn't seem like they sync up. Okay. And Chaz just got Thu, which is a light-based attack. Oof. So let's just have them all use spells here. Oh, well, he's dead. Yeah, as I thought. Treasure chest. Ooh, it was a good one too, carbon suit. That's a full body of armor. Looks like Chaz cannot use it. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Wow. Only 1 damage. Alright. All hail the carbon suit. Oh, hey, there's a door open here. Even when everybody's petrified, Chaz? Come on. Okay, same thing here, but hey, there's a room down here. Oh, hey, 2 kids. Okay, so if it wasn't obvious, we know that Zio is behind all this. Let's see here. Okay, so it's south from here on out. Right way. Oh hey, our old buddy from Phantasy Star II. Let's see. Han got messed up by that. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, yep, made it to Malcolm. And it is fucked up. Oh god. Now we're at the... This guy's the shit. Okay. That's all I got to say for now. Rune? Hey, Alice. Long time no see. Alice, you know this guy? Yeah, we go way back. Is Pipsqueak here your current companion? He's just a kid. Watch what you say. Chaz, Rune, stop it. More importantly, Rune, what happened here? This is all the handiwork of Zio. Zio! He must be the one who turned the people of Zima to stone. Well, good to see that your brain works a little. You! Cut it out! Whenever we find disaster, it seems like it was done by Zio. Just who is he? I'm not sure. With the town destroyed, how are we going to find Alcelin? You're looking for Alcelin? In that case, you'd better go to Tenno. Tenno? Let's see, from here, it's kind of far. First, travel east to the village of Krupp, and from there, if you go north, you'll find a valley that leads to Tenno. We don't have to pass by Krupp, do we? What's wrong with Krupp? Let's just head straight toward Tenno. Alice? I haven't decided yet. I'm going to invite myself to join your group. I've got some business there, too. Alice is surprised. Not so fast. We'd enjoy your company. The dare's happening. First soon, then dare. Alice. Good. We're all set. So, Alice can definitely get horny. It's confirmed. Try not to get in the way, okay, Pipsqueak? Stop calling me Pipsqueak. My name is... Chaz. That's what she called you, right? Humph. What a stupid name. Alice, I think he's going to be more trouble than he's worth. Ha! I won't be any trouble. You already are. Oh, I'm feeling uneasy about all this. So, right off the bat, we can see that Rune absolutely fucks. Molcom has been done in by Zio. By the time I arrived, it was too late. Sorry. But we should be able to find Alcelin and Tano, shouldn't we? Tano. Now that's north of the village of Krupp, right? So, seems like it's kind of up to us whether we want to, up to the player rather, whether we want to stop by Krupp or not. The reality is, we're kind of low on items, and the monsters are starting to hit kind of hard. So, it might be useful to stop by Krupp and heal. I mean, literally, it's right there. But, how far? How far north is Tano? I mean, I did just pick up Rune, who's got a lot of health. Wow, okay. Let's see what he can do. Right now, it's just Alice, though. Chaz. What about Rune? Okay. Wind and fire. So, oh yeah, I guess I should point out. So this is an interesting thing that I hadn't mentioned. Phantasy Star IV uses an interesting kind of deal here, where it's got the traditional spells that are based on, well, they call them techs, right? That use MP or technical points and stuff like that to cast, you know, similar monopool stuff. And then they have skills, which are also kind of like spells, but they work on basically a D&D Vancian magic system, where you just have a set number of times you can use them. They don't cost any MP. And I believe that you can refresh them by sleeping at an inn. I think that's the way it works. It's like, let's just give this a shot here. Bam! Dead. Okay, it is too far. I'm going back to Tano, but first, let's again see if I can't find a way to unlock some spells here. Gotta be one of them, right? One of them's gotta do something. Rune, why are you so OP? God damn it. Never gonna figure out what my fusion spells are. Those ones I might just look up. Oh, that's why Han didn't want to come here. It's his hometown. Who's Saya? Oh, well... I'm guessing we've got a childhood friend incoming. Okay, so the profile character actually does change depending on the town and location. That's kind of neat. Oh, so Han's like the one bright way of hope. In an otherwise kind of rural, isolated town. So, society is not advanced enough for spaceships, but is just advanced enough for crossword puzzles. I know, Ma, but that doesn't change how I feel. I'm guessing here. Let's see. Han, you sure have some gall to come back here. Did you forget you've been disinherited? You've never helped out the family business, just studied. What use is that? Pa, right now the whole planet is in serious danger. I want to help with the power of science. That's why I'm studying. And that seems like something I should recite, so I did. So, very not unfamiliar struggle there. Son wants to improve his lot. So, we can... Oh yeah, we definitely want to get some of this crap. Well, Han definitely takes the most damage, so I think we want to be getting him that. And we'll hold back on the other stuff for now. What's Rune wearing? He's wearing a white mantle, okay. So let's take a look at Rune's status page. And Han's too, actually, so yeah. Rune's level 17, holy shit. I missed that first part. What was that? Okay, island. Saya! Han, you've come home. I'm so happy. Saya, I've missed you. Let me introduce you to everyone. This is my... fiancé, Saya. Fiancé? It's a pleasure to meet you. Damn. My name is Saya. Saya teaches children here in her home. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, no, it's about the only thing I'm capable of doing. Alice and Chaz are hunters. They're assisting me in my task. My, that must be a difficult job. Thank you for taking care of Han. Now, don't you worry. Everything will be okay. But if anything were to happen to you, Saya... Han... This is way too powerful. Sheesh, how lovey-dovey. Sure it's the teaching that he wants to see? Damn! Shade thrown. This is the worst, having to try and talk to these wild NPCs. So, if we've been paying attention, Lake was created by a meteorite, and we already know, too, that the planet was struck by a piece of the planet Poma back at the end of Phantasy Star II, so that was probably the point of impact. That is one fat little dog, it's true. Oops, accidentally left town. Okay. Okay, well I think we've gotten everything here we need. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game again, and... although it's a little bit early. Oh, okay, this is the island he was talking about. Oh, hey, that shrine on top kind of reminds a little bit of Phantasy Star III there. I know they definitely placed some Easter eggs in here. Okay, but anyways, I didn't want to get too far into the game for this first session, just kind of wanted to get it started, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here for tonight. I've got some stuff I got to get up for early in the morning, so much as I would love to be streaming this until midnight, just can't do it. So thanks for those of you who tuned in. I will definitely be trying to play this game regularly, on and off, throughout the week, maybe on some weekdays and weekends, we'll see. But yeah, so far, first hour and a half of this game, it's been as good as I remembered, and good and engaging, and I really liking the work that the reparations patch has done, and just kind of creating a more cohesive experience. Definitely more appreciated after the last couple of after playing the last 3 games in a row. So yeah, looking forward to it. Anyways, this is Desmancer signing off for Retro Nights. Catch you next time.